Alright, what up guys? It's me, GamerGuyTV here, and welcome back to another episode of Battlefront 2. So, really fast, before I, start playing the game and stuff, for those who haven't watched one of my regular YouTube videos before, and have only seen, the Clash of Clans streams, might be a little bit of a, shock in this video. Things don't normally run as smoothly. My computer can run Clash of Clans very easy and stream it very, very easy. But it cannot run and record Battlefront through OBS super easily. If I was using Microsoft Game Bar like I used to before September, it would run it super easily, and I could run it at max settings. This is currently at, the lowest possible settings. Yeah, everything is on low. So, it's on low at basically, the lowest possible settings I can have the graphics on. Sometimes it'll be fine, other times it'll be horrific. It's really hit or miss, is what I've noticed. So, I just wanted to give you all a heads up, so that you didn't think it was on your end, and just that you knew, what was going on. I'll throw us into a match because it oftentimes takes so long to load into a match. But, I just sort of wanted to go into why, why I have it do what it does, and, lag and stuff versus just use Microsoft Game Bar. I was using Microsoft Game Bar back when I wasn't using a webcam, and back when I didn't have, the goals at the top of the video. I was, up until September, I never used a webcam on my YouTube videos. Never. It started in, I can't remember if it was the spring or the fall, or if it was the spring or the summer when I started using webcam on Twitch. But that eventually led me to use webcam on TikTok because I was posting Twitch clips and my webcam would, my face would be on there. So I eventually just decided to keep it consistent. But it's much easier for me to use webcam with OBS because I can control how it looks. I can control the curves on the side. I can control the size. If it's going to be in the way anywhere, I can control that. I can move it. Whereas with Microsoft Game Bar, first of all, it doesn't even have webcam anymore. They got rid of it. And second of all, a lot of, with something like Microsoft Game Bar, if it did, say, have a webcam, is it would, stick it in one spot and it would stay there. So if it was in the way, too bad. I also wouldn't have control over anything like size or shape or any of that. Whereas with OBS, I get control over all of that. It is all up to me. So that makes a big difference. But yeah. And one of the other things I wanted to talk about was I'm hopefully going to work on, because, so here's the way the next 2 weeks of fall semester work for me. Winter break gets out 2 weeks from today, so hopefully 2 weeks from when I'm recording this at 9:41 p.m. I will be sitting at a Irish bar in Disney. That's the goal, is just to make it to that point. So I had a 4-day week school this week. I have a 5-day week next week, but really Wednesday is the deadline where we can learn anything new, and then Thursday and Friday is just review for exams. And then the week after that, we have Monday off so that we can study. There's office hours, you know, stuff like that. And then Tuesday, I have 2 exams. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I have 1 exam a day. So the good news is, a week from Tuesday, the worst of it is done, because my 2 worst classes are that Tuesday. So the worst of it is the first day. But, it's still 2.5 hours of studying a day. Because I have a test next week as well. So it'll become 2 hours of studying a day once it's, once my test on Tuesday is done. But, I mean, it's a lot of studying, and it's mentally tough, I was thinking about it as I was driving home today. 2022 has been a great year. The past month has been a bit shaky, in general. Just various different things. None that I really want to elaborate on here, because my personal life is my personal life after all. But, right now, with everything I have going on, it would be so nice to be back in August in Minnesota, riding scooters around a very populated city and not caring about anything, just living in that moment. It'd be great to be back there. And that's sort of what I'm hoping I'll get in 2 weeks. Is, I'll put in all the hours and hours of studying. I've been studying for 4 days this week, and I'm at 9.6 hours of studying for 4 days. If I calculate that out, that's 2.4 hours a day of studying on average. Which, it doesn't sound like a lot, right? You go, oh, you have 10 hours in a day. 2.4 hours is not that much. It feels like a ton. It's just having to stay focused it's tough. But the best part is I have basically no homework. So, basically no homework. Teachers aren't really teaching anything new. The next 2 weeks are really just prep for exams. But I'm hoping, 2 weeks from now, I'll be able to just relax. It's not going to be a relaxing vacation. It's a trip to Disney World. That's super relaxing, but never relaxing at the exact same time. And those of you who have been know exactly what I mean. It's a very active vacation, let me put it like that. But, it's, I'm hoping it's just going to be a nice sense of relief when I'm done. So, again, in the end, it'll be what it'll be. I have a countdown on my lock screen. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it says Disney trip in 14 days. Which, if you guys know, last year I was a really big fan of countdowns. This fall, hated the idea of doing any kind of countdown. I just thought it would make time go slow. But, with finals, it's nice to have a visual ticker on my lock screen every day to remind me that time is still moving. Because as fast as the past few months have gone, these 3 weeks between Thanksgiving and winter break are going to go so slowly. You guys have zero idea. And this 4-day week didn't feel that bad towards the end of the week, but the beginning of the week felt super slow. And you know, it's just really a lot of like mental. I don't even want to say mental battles because that implies something else, but it's a lot of like mental toughness to just keep going and grind through. And to know that I'm at under 2 weeks of studying is great. And I mean, the 2.4 hours of studying will ramp down, then up, then down again. Because in the end, it'll go from, two. Right now, it's 2.5 hours a day because I have 4 exams and a test. And it's once that test is done, the amount of time I'm spending studying will probably go down a little bit. It'll probably only become 2 hours a day, but then it'll ramp up to probably 3 hours a day of studying as my bio and history exam get closer, and as everything else gets closer as well. But, I mean, in the end, this is just normal life now. Like, this doesn't get better until I'm out of college, so I gotta get used to it somehow. But moving on to a different note, one of the things that I hopefully want to do tonight is I want to go through, because right now for the Clash of Clans like challenge screen, I use Google Sheets, and it's not necessarily a bad thing, right? Google Sheets is great, but it doesn't give me a whole lot of formatting options. It means I have to, not only do I have to input stuff in, but I have to change the cell color whenever something goes from red to yellow, to green. I'm still gonna have to input stuff in with what I'm trying to do, but I don't see a way to do that for Google Sheets, and it'll give me a chance to sort of mess around with HTML in Unity. But my idea, because I absolutely just talked about that like I had already told you, my idea is sort of to basically code something in Unity where I can put stuff in. I can put stuff in to, I can input stuff in on the website. Basically I'll have like a Google site or something, and I'll be able to copy and paste that URL into OBS, and then I'll be able to have OBS, I'll be able to crop it with the same filter type of thing that I currently do. But I'll be able to have it be an HTML thing. I can have it be an easily green screenable thing. And then, it's one of those things where I'm not... Google Sheets has been fine. It's been absolutely incredible for the past year that I've used it, and I did not have the experience or the time last year to be able to code something like that. But I think I'll be able to code something like that this year if I watch like a crash course on Unity HTML, because what I want to be able to understand is if I share, if I put that out, is it client-based or is it cloud-based? Because right now, Google Sheets, I can change from my laptop. What I don't want to have to do is go into OBS and have to change it from, you know, the web page. I don't want that to have to be one of my panels on my 2 side monitors. You know, in worst case, I can make it one, but I would rather not have to do that. You know, I'd rather be, you know, grinding it out tonight and tomorrow and be able to, you know, have it work, because I'll stick with Google Sheets if I absolutely have to. But if I don't have to, I'll switch over to you know, I'll switch over to my thing in Unity, because honestly, like, you know, it would be cool to have like a custom thing, you know? But yeah, that's sort of the big thing I want to do, you know. And like, I've seen, the other thing I wanted to talk about, because it'll probably take us a while to get back to the lobby, is I've been seeing these ads on TikTok for products. And like, they're so expensive. That's my thing, is like, they're really cool ideas. You know, one of them was an idea of like, it's this LED lamp, and it has wireless charger and speakers built in. Yeah, it's $200. Like, that's, I'm not paying for that right now, at least. You know, if I'm making, you know, $500 a month, okay, that's different. You know, if I'm making a decent amount of money, maybe I have the money to, you know, to blow on that. But right now, I don't. I also saw a thing for my car. It was like a heads-up display thing. So for those who don't know what a heads-up display is, it's basically a mirror and a screen, and it projects like the speed and your current speed, cruise control, blind spot, directions. It projects all of that up on the windshield in front of you, so you don't have to look down at the speed. You can keep your eyes on the road. And it was one that like I install on my dashboard and I plug into my car's computer so it can know the speed. I'm like, okay, yeah, that's kind of cool. $135 for it. I'm like, no. Like, that's how much I spend on gas per month. On a good month. Like, I love heads-up displays. I've driven lots of cars with heads-up displays. They're really nice. Am I going to spend my entire gas budget on it? No. Anyway, guys, we are out of time for this video, so thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please be sure to leave it a thumbs up. If you're not already subscribed, please consider doing so, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.